farmer mushroom driving a tractor.
Yes. That's
Let's
the
go.
art I want on my wall.
Yeah, so here we go. So we're using Stable Diffusion. We gave it some dimensions. We gave it some prop guidance, it says. So we're at about 10 seconds now, 12 seconds. So so it's out there much faster than me so far. Whoa.
Oh, whoa.
Wait a second.
Wait.
We got tractors
There's
for
lots
sure.
of tractors. Is it like underneath a spaceship?
Yeah.
Where did it
Farmer
go?
mushroom? I don't see any mushroom going on here.
Yeah, I definitely ignored the mushroom part and really dug in on the
Unless
tractor
there's like
side.
literally a little mushroom on the seat of the
Yeah,
tractor.
Can we zoom in? And then there's like a 1-inch
It's
tall.
like a toadstool just sitting in there.
Welcome to Imagining the Metaverse, a new podcast where we explore all things Web3, future tech, mixed reality, decentralization, crypto, and beyond. We are your hosts. I'm Nikki Sanders, and I'm here with Scott Paul.
Hello.
This show is being produced by Silicon Slopes TV, where you can find the show and even more entertainment for entrepreneurs. Today, exciting show, we're talking about NFTs, computer-generated art, and the future of art in general. So we should start kind of by defining NFT, I think. I think a lot of people know the term and they see the term on Reddit, on the internet. But a lot of people I talk to actually don't know what it actually means.
Yeah.
Do you know what it actually means, Scott?
I believe it stands for non-fungible token,
Yes, you got it.
but I don't know what fungible really means that well.
You don't know what fungible
I do,
means?
but it like has to get explained to me.
Okay, we can
It
do
sounds really fun as
we
a
can
word.
do an explanation of fungible.
Yeah.
So if we both had, the way I like to describe it is if we both had like a dollar bill,
Yeah.
and I drew on mine or something, or mine was just a little different, we decided to swap them.
Mm-hmm.
We both end up with the same value, right? We
Yeah.
could both go buy a candy bar.
Yeah.
Nothing is lost. But, you know, we're super fancy people, and like we both have Picasso paintings.
Yeah. Of course. Naturally.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
We decide to swap these Picasso paintings
Yeah.
we have. Did we really end up with the same value at the end of that transaction? That's debatable. Mine's like now a blue painting and yours is a green painting. So they look a little different. The monetary value might not be the same. They were made in different years.
Mm-hmm.
They have different history behind them. So they're not the same. We can't just swap them and end up with the same value. So that's when something is non-fungible.
When did you first hear about it? And what was your first memory? Mine was CryptoKitties.
Mine was CryptoKitties. So
Yeah.
this was that 2017?
Yeah, and I didn't understand at the time what it was, and I still don't understand why it didn't work. Like my friend was trying to get me to buy a bunch of these kittens
Yeah.
that I could breed,
Yes.
and it's just something back then sounded weird about it, and today it still sounds weird, and yet now I'm a holder of a lot of these similar type of NFTs.
But you never bought a CryptoKitty?
I think I have some, but I
Yeah.
didn't buy them. Someone gave them to,
They were
sent them to my
gifts.
wallet. Yeah.
I first discovered them with CryptoKitties. I was doing work to actually I was like deploying smart contracts and doing tokenized things at the time. And all of a sudden, the Ethereum network was like completely just down. Like
Yeah.
it was so gummed up. The mempool, like where
Yeah.
all the transactions go, was just out of control. We hadn't seen anything like that.
Everyone's transacting these
There were
kitties.
yes, and I was like, "What is going on? I can't even deploy anything." The gas fees
Yeah.
were
That's
like
phenomenal.
nothing we'd seen
Oh
before.
my gosh.
And we finally were like looking into it. We're like, "What is this CryptoKitties thing?" And we
Yeah.
started sending like angry like messages to the developers, like mostly in
so
jest.
funny.
But we're like, "You guys are making my life
What I love
hard."
of what you just said right there was like basically explaining from the mempool to the gas fees. Like, there's a lot going on in all those words
There
that
is a lot.
a viewer doesn't even know what we're talking about, and I love it. We need to like
Yeah,
say these things and then maybe explain
Maybe
all
bring it
that.
back.
So gas fees, quite simple, are like the fees that it costs to run the computers like on the
Yes.
Ethereum network, and
yeah,
so
it's like a transaction fee.
transaction fee, and you're that's kind of how Ethereum kind of holds its value. It's a gas token at the end of the day. It's
It is.
running a decentralized computer, and you got to pay to make
Yeah,
that
because
computer operate.
someone's running computers to make it
Yeah.
run, right? And what's their incentive to do it? It's it's the gas fees. Kind of you pay them to
to go on their toll on their highway.
Yep, exactly.
So anytime anyone's buying an NFT or issuing or minting, there's going to be some fees. You
gonna cost
really can't just receive a free NFT to a wallet. I mean, there can be zero cost to the NFT.
Yeah.
Someone can send it to you, but
Someone's
there's
paying
always
something.
some fees. Yes, there's going to be some fees to move these files.
Yep.
Or these tokens.
These tokens.
That's funny. We both have CryptoKitties in common. Well, we know that the last 2 years, there's been almost, I would even say a year and a half, the NFTs went nuts.
It went
It would
crazy.
be almost to the point of being a cultural phenomenon and even
absolutely.
joke. Like it became
Definitely a joke.
It almost became a joke, and everyone trading knows that. Where are we right now? It is 2022. We're in almost November, almost Halloween. It's October, and I feel like
October.
we're in a weird time where some of the biggest brands are still getting behind NFTs, but at the same time,
It's cooled off.
there's like there's a lot of people that have just been burned by it, and they're like,
Yeah.
no more photos. What are we? How are these monkey photos still around?
Yeah,
But yet
it
they're still
became-
worth a ton of money.
It's so weird. Like I think with any like new technology or something like that, people get really excited about it, and then once people are making money, everyone wants in.
Yeah.
And so people started being able to like buy and sell NFTs and make a ton of money. So more people were like, I'm going to do that too. And I think it just like kind of was a bubble.
Yeah.
A very short-lived bubble.
Like a quick
Where-
tulip craze. But
and
there's still
It's
value. There's still like a handful of projects that have retained their value and are doing great still.
A few
Not
of them
great,
have.
but they're not.
why do you think some have?
I think people
made it.
realize that. I think what happened is some of these projects. I know I'm personally an owner of a lot of these Clone X that Nike bought. They bought the Artifact company,
Yeah.
and now they're doing like these things that are like utility, where the NFT are actually, if I own it, I can forge these clothing. I have shoes coming and clothing that came from my
From your
avatar.
NFT?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's
that's
getting
interesting.
into real world commerce and collectibles.
So it's when
And
they
so
actually have a purpose.
I think the monkey photos started. The Bored Apes started having purpose in that they built the
club.
other side, the club. They made ape coins, so they did NFT and fungible tokens and non fungible tokens.
All of the tokens.
And and then they also like are starting to get movie rights, and they're making a
No.
full fledged film from the Bored Apes Yacht
Are you
Club.
serious?
Yeah, I've seen the trailer. So
There's already a trailer?
oh yeah, it's
How
coming.
have I not heard of
Yeah,
this?
yeah. And then there's a club. I was in Miami at this club,
No.
and they bought Bored Ape 11. The club's called 11, and so they have
I've read that, yeah.
the number 11 Bored Ape represents the whole club, and then they're doing like a side
God.
a hat for like I don't know what's going on, but all I know is brands are getting into the owning one of the Bored Apes and like having that represent a lot of their brand. Like you can even rent them out now, like icons. Like you can
A
people
Bored Ape.
a Bored Ape or even a clone. People want to lend them out so people can use them at like celebrity events. It's really strange. I don't get it, but
I
it's
wonder,
like
like, what
they're
is
they're
the
picture
point?
celebrities. I don't know. I don't get it. It's
So-
good. It's good. I kind of get it, but I mean that's why we're here to discuss
Is
these
it like
things.
now more about like the community aspect of owning one?
I think that's what it is. I think it's a really high price country club at this point.
Yeah,
and,
it's like your
there's only
dues.
10,000 of them, right? And so it's
Uh-huh.
it's very limited and scarce. And so it's. But I do know that OpenSea, where if people are listening to this and wondering how do I get an NFT,
Mhm.
the most well known like eBay or Amazon for NFTs is called OpenSea.
Yep.
They were buzzing a year ago, and now they're down almost 90% on like transaction and volume going through. So we are in the. It's a good time if you want to go pick up some really cheap ones, or it's be glad you missed the wave, or get on this next one coming, or ignore it for another 5 years. They're not going away though.
They're not going to go away.
They're not going away.
But
And NFTs are technology.
Yeah.
It's the photos that made them popular. I think actually birthed the utility that's now being
Absolutely.
underpinning these NFTs.
Yeah, that's where I kind of like NFTs a little bit more. Like the pictures are whatever. Like I mean I get why like our digital art kind of
Mm-hmm.
is drawn to NFTs because it gives you like the ownership capability.
Yeah.
Like you can prove ownership of a piece of digital art which didn't exist
Nope.
before NFTs. But then when you get beyond the pictures and get into more utilities, that's where I really like the technology and I think it's awesome. And I can see it coming in and solving problems, like real problems, not made up problems where they're trying to just like shoehorn the technology in.
Right. Yeah, and you see that with here in Utah, my friend Amelia Gardner. She's actually doing the first marriage license, marriages,
Yeah,
NFT marriage
they're already
license
doing
here
them.
and she has
Yes.
people all over the world coming and getting digitally married in Utah County and having their NFT
So they get the
marriage
NFT.
license. Yeah,
I'm jealous. That's so
it's
cool.
crazy. Yeah, so she has been in DC this last month, and like everyone's looking at Utah how we're using this to do like
So cool.
record keeping at the state and state level.
And I think California just passed a law giving like all of their counties either permission or I think telling them to do this using blockchain technology for record keeping, which is huge. And
So, yep.
I hope Amelia hopefully could be involved in that a little bit and make sure it goes off smoothly because I don't want them to mess it up because I want it here.
You're probably going to be pinged for help on that here. You seem to be the one that everyone's looking to for how do we make sure it goes right on the blockchain and not mess that up and
I've been
have all our
around
records
for a
stolen.
while. Yeah.
Like, oh, we're not married anymore. They just rug pulled all the
Yeah, what
all the marriage
happened?
license NFTs.
Yeah. What if your rug pulled on your marriage license? Did the marriage actually happen?
Did it? We don't know.
Is that the easy way to get a divorce? Like,
It's like everyone's like, I guess we can reconsider things right now, 20 years later.
if there's marriages on the blockchain, are they going to have divorce on the blockchain?
I mean, I think so,
'Cause, like,
right? Really quick. You just connect your wallet, swipe right, and
Like,
just like that
done.
was fast.
Give me the
Assets
divorce
divide,
certificate.
totally all the assets on chain.
Oh my gosh,
divide
that should be a
perfectly.
smart contract where like all your digital assets, it's like
Yes. Boom.
there's just like a divorce function and it just goes into your wallets and splits them up and like
Should we do this?
yeah, it's like a prenup
Okay,
but in a
let's do it.
smart
Let's
contract.
let's that's a whole
Let's
conversation.
tell Amelia that we're
Yeah.
gonna do prenups and divorce
on
on this
chain.
on
Yes,
chain.
I love it. I love it. Simultaneously to all this NFT stuff going on
Yes.
in this, absolutely like following the exact same timeline. I've been getting NFTs. I've been getting into AI art,
That's so cool.
and this has nothing to do with Web3.
No.
This is all
They've been like
separate.
two technologies that are kind of going like perpendicular
Yeah.
and like they're kind of going to, at the same time. They kind of become related because of NFTs, but you're right, they're very different things.
very different. I have to say that I have a beautiful NFT by Artifact. It's a Clone X it's a octopus hat.
Yes.
Cool, beautiful, but comes nothing close to what is being created with AI art and profiles that I've seen there. I mean, I have seen profiles that AI has created in less than 10 seconds that are so rich and so imaginative that it's like, I can pull up my phone and just show you these things. You're like, how was that possible?
Yeah.
Yet these are not on chain, so meaning they're not. I own them, but I don't have any like where are we storing all these? So just as many NFTs are being created, so is AI art is being generated every second right now.
Yeah, but people are just
Probably
going
millions
nuts on it.
millions and millions a day. Where
Yeah.
are they all going?
Yeah.
And what are we doing with this?
How is it unique
Yeah.
every time? Like, how are you guaranteed that they're unique every time?
That's
Like,
a good one, right? Yeah. How do I know that?
yeah.
How do are we going to just cheapen the value? And when does it come to music, right? When we're going to be able to make songs so quickly that have good beats, lyrics overlaid, rap songs. I've seen it. I've seen rap. I have seen voices that have been simulated.
AI rap?
Yeah. I've
No.
seen AI rap, 100%. I'll show you this. It's a startup in California, but I watched it. I'm like, this is getting nuts.
That's crazy.
So we'll look back at this episode in 3 years, and
But of course there's AI rap.
100%, yeah, 100% AI songs that are hitting the billboards.
It'll be everywhere.
They're going to
You
be climbing 100%.
And then who's the artist? Like maybe the person like
The
typing
person
in
that
the prompt,
prompted it, I guess, right? But what's going to happen?
or the computer. They like trot up like a MacBook.
Yes,
and
the
they're like,
MacBooks are going to be
Yeah.
famous.
Yeah.
Right? They're one of a kind. Just like it would happen on that machine
that
right
machine
there. Yeah.
created this piece. Yes, that's
This is happening
crazy to me.
because it's happening with art, and it's going to turn into and it was much like I was watching this guy last night, and when AI started, or when the camera started and photography started, the painters, the portraitists, or people who are making all their money doing portrait, were freaking out at the camera,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
Did
It's moving into
did
their
the camera
space.
kill? Did the camera kill art? Not at all.
No.
I mean, it's only created a whole new category. There's still
Okay.
muralists. There's still graffiti. There's still oils. There's still
Yeah, there's
know,
still the
all-
different mediums.
all of them. It just
So
adds
you think
another
this one will just add on?
I just think you're gonna have a new category. But something seems different about this one.
It does.
And I think it's the volume of creation. Like,
It's so easy
Yeah.
and it's so vast. And the fact that it's hard to tell if something is created by a computer or a human,
Yeah.
that's where it gets freaky. With a photograph, it's pretty easy to tell, like, oh, this is obviously not hand painted. It's different. Digital art, like, oh,
we're not going to be able to tell.
we're not gonna be able to tell. That's crazy to me. And then I love the ownership question of this because I remember like years back there was like a nature photographer who was like there was a monkey who took his camera and took a picture. And then there was a debate
that.
over who like owned the copyright to this picture. Was it the monkey because the monkey took the picture?
Oh my gosh.
So that's where I'm like, does the computer own the picture? But I think I was reading on the website that no, actually like whoever generates it like technically owns it.
Yeah, I mean,
and you
it's,
can reproduce it.
we made some AI art today, and the question's still like not completely clear who owns that. Is it? It's on this computer, which Benton
Mm-hmm.
owns. You gave me the prompt.
Yeah.
Do you own it? I typed the prompt in.
You did.
Is it co-shared? Like, do we have to put it on the chain and each have?
When is going to be the first like
third of it?
lawsuit over?
Oh, it's coming soon.
Over
It's coming.
AI
It's already
generated art?
happened. There are already some things happening on
No.
the NFT space,
Yeah.
on like usage of an NFT that was made.
Yeah.
And it's gonna soon get it's got to leak into this real soon, really really soon, especially when music's involved and
Yeah.
and things where people are making
Like
tons
money,
and tons of money. Yeah. So and then I've seen animation. So I have watched a compilation of AI. So they're now taking it and they're creating.
What?
It's not great yet. It's very interesting. It's almost like it almost looks like Mickey Mouse, Walt Disney animation, hand drawn. Like it's
Okay.
very
Like super early.
yeah. It's like they're not quite like flowing together. It's not. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't feel like today's Pixar, but you can tell the AI is animating and it's learning it
Nice.
and it's learning how to keep the first frame really consistent to the next frame and it's making frame after frame after frame. It'll take a while to render this, but we're going to have full anime that it's generated
all-
from a prompt in less than 3 or 5 years. I believe you'll be able to prompt your own version, and this could be my daughter who wants to go into filmmaking and loves anime. She'll be able to prompt a kind of story arc
She'll be able to come up with her story,
and
and
get
she doesn't have
hours.
to draw it.
No, she'll get hours of footage
Mm-hmm.
and be able to bring in and then reframe, because that's the other thing they're doing. They're
Wow.
creating something and then they're kind of going and then they're editing it with new prompts. So she'll be able to kind of create a
Right.
story arc, see what it does,
Tweak it a little
tweak
bit.
the characters a little bit, the
Yeah.
story, but she could probably end up with a 5-episode long anime short or something that
Yeah.
comes from a prompt that was possibly free to generate. The other place that I've seen AI, this is different. This kind of goes into your thing, is you now can be an artist where right now
Mm-hmm.
you're developing code and creating stuff. I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't create code and make a game. I cannot go and engineer on a computer any type of application
Right.
until Codex came out, and Codex is a part of GPT-3,
Mhm.
OpenAI's thing. So I have now actually used prompts to create computer language. Right? So quick, I want a game where I eat an
Nice.
apple with a snake that has 7 levels, increases in difficulty. Enter.
And it just generates.
Pushes out a game. Pushes out the code for that entire game. I've
Wow.
seen it. I've done it. I'm like, wow. So now you can like be teaching STEM at 4th grade level,
Yeah.
and just have to use Codex and teach the kids how to prompt instead of learning all the crazy. What is that usually that I would have to use? Is that like what
Or
PHP? What am I going to use normally?
Any programming language?
Yeah,
The
so I don't know
language
any of
doesn't
them.
matter.
They're all
Yeah.
different. They're all Chinese to me. I can't
Yeah.
speak any of them.
Yeah.
And so now they can
It's just like
use the English language,
to actually tell the computer what to
tell
do.
the computer what to code, and they can see it
Mhm.
right there in their little compiler, like all the code. They can go and look at everything
And then dig
that
into
prompt. Yeah, so you could go change like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
You can change to 40 seconds. You can kind of look into the code
Tweak
and then
it. But you could get like your boilerplate
Yeah,
spit out.
yeah.
That would be nice.
and then I think they learn code too by like seeing what their English language prompt created over here in the compiler and say like, oh wow,
Oh, for
that's
sure.
how you start off execute a program, and that's what you need to do to put the colors in and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. So
That's
it's
gonna be
allowing
awesome.
artists to become coders and coders to become
Yes.
artists, and people that do only speak English to start making creations with simple prompts.
Yeah.
that you can literally not even type. You can just use Siri to like go. So really, what's happening is the friction from thought to creation is becoming almost instant.
That's going away.
Yeah, there's not
There's
going
gonna
to
be
be a
no
lot. There's not going to be a
barrier.
lot of friction for, and then it's going to get into 3D printing soon. So like, why can't I say soccer ball, and some crazy 3D printer
It just
makes me a
does it.
soccer
It
ball?
just knows what that means.
Yeah.
Creates it for you. Or I would love three like almost like like created art, the AI generated art, but for like 3D art, like a sculpture.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah, you're
it
just
makes
like,
it.
I need a sculpture for my front yard. I want it like something like this, and then
Yeah.
like just let it go.
It's probably getting really close. If it doesn't already exist, someone might have already done that. I don't know how it's going to work, but
Yeah, I'm
give
gonna
it.
Google after this.
Yeah.
AI generated.
We'll do it from our
sculptures.
glasses too. Our new Apple AR glasses will say,
Oh man,
I would like a sculpture, and it makes it, and then it says, now send it to the 3D printer, and like within 4 hours, you've got yourself a lawn ornament
which
of like a naked
is important.
David, like naked, but instead he has like a minion down there instead of a part, so the kids can,
So it's
see it.
child
So it's
friendly.
child friendly for neighborhoods.
because you're editing it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but
of course,
Disney characters down there instead of actual anatomy.
because that's much better.
Yeah, absolutely. Because
Yeah.
we just the naked body is so offensive.
Oh my
It's like we gotta hide that stuff.
Well, that was an awesome conversation about NFTs and AI art. Stuff I didn't even know about. Now I have so much Googling to do.
All right.
I'm gonna like definitely rabbit hole
Yeah.
tonight on January. Okay, I'm gonna see what I can come up with.
All right,
I'll send it
Send
to
it
you.
to me. I want to see.
Yeah, I'll see how artistic I am with just words, which that's my as a developer, that's like my strong suit is
Yeah,
just
yeah. That's the
typing into a
prompt. Yeah,
computer. So
yeah.
so we'll see what can happen. But yeah, this was great, and we're excited to dive into more topics like in the metaverse, the Web3 stuff.
What's next?
I think next we might be going into DeFi. So
It's near and
if
dear
you
to
like
my heart.
NFTs, you like DeFi. I mean, they're
Very
they're really close. They're peanut butter jelly.
Yep.
We just really want to thank Silicon Slopes TV for producing this, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Awesome. Ciao.
Bye.